Hi guys, welcome to the Pepcoding. In this video, we are going to solve shortest unsorted continuous subarray. So here in this question, we have given an array and we need to find one continuous subarray. If we sort that subarray in ascending order, the whole array will be sorted in ascending order. This is the question. And we need to return the shortest such subarray. We need to return the length of that subarray. The shortest continuous unsorted subarray. Now, this is the sample input and the sample output. So here, if we see, this is the array, and from the element 6 till 9, this part is unsorted, which is a continuous subarray of this array. And if we sort this, we will get our output in this form: 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, then 11, 13, 14 and 15. So here from 4 to 10, this part is sorted and the length of this subarray is 5. Here we can also sort this from 6 to 11, but the length will be 6. If we sorted till 13, the length will be 7. If we sort whole array from 2 to 15, the length is 10. But the shortest subarray is 5. There is no such subarray which is smaller than 5, and if we sort that subarray, we can get the sorted array. So 5 is the correct answer of this array. So this is the question. Now if we have an array, this means the continuous subarray will be the part of that array. It will be like this is the answer part of that array. There will be a part before this answer which is already sorted, like here we can see this 2 is sorted, and there will be a part after this answer which is sorted. This means from this 11 to 15, this part is sorted. Here this is the answer part, this is the front, and this is the back side of that answer part. Now we just need to find the starting point and the ending point of this answer. So how will we find this? Let's see. So we have an array. If the array is already sorted, this means the elements will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If there is a value which is smaller, let's say this is 2, this means this is in increasing order. Here the next element is increasing, but when we are at 2, the next element is smaller after 7. So when we are at 2, our previous value is greater. This means this 2 can be the end point. Let's say we have more values like 8, then 9, then 1. This means if we consider this as our end answer, but here there is one more element which is smaller in this array, so we need to check all the possible all the elements. Is it possible that it is the endpoint of the array subarray? So we are at 2. This means till now this is the endpoint. Now we are at 8. The previous element is smaller. Now we are at 9. The previous element is smaller. Now we are at 1. The previous element is 9. This means our end will be updated from this 2. The end will be 1. So we need to check the end in for all the elements of the array. So this will be the finding of end part of the answer. Now for the start point, this is the start point. If we want to find the start point, so this is if this is a sorted array, this means our element, if we traverse from last index, the value will be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Then if there is an element that is 11, this means this 11 is the start point. How? In the ascending order, if we are at 9, our previous we are traversing from backside of the array, so the previous element will be 10. Previous should be greater. Here previous is greater. We are at previous is greater. We are at 7, previous is greater. We are at 6, previous is greater. Now we are at 11. The previous element is smaller. This means the current element is greater. This can be the start point. Again, there are more possibilities that start point is 12, 13. Now here, if we are at 12, 11 is smaller. This means start is 12 now. We are at 13. The previous element is 12, which is smaller. Now start is 13. So we need to find these indexes, and for finding the start we need to traverse in the array from the back side, and for the end we need to traverse from the front of the, that is 0 index, till the last element of the array. And the length will be the end index minus the start index plus 1. This will be the length of the subarray. So let's code this. Here we need a endpoint. This is the endpoint. Now I'm going to take an element. This will be, take the first element. I'm going to find the end part. So end part of the answer will be, for finding that we need to traverse from front of the from the 0th index till the last element of the array. So we have the 0 index. Now we need to traverse from 1 till nums.length and I plus plus. Now if the previous value, that is element, if element is smaller than current value, that is num at I, nums at I, this means this will be the end index. Else we will update the element by num set I. Now this is for the end. Same for the start of the continuous subarray. So here start will be 0. Now going to update the value of element. For finding the start, we need to traverse from the backside of the array. So for the from the last index. So first element is at the nums.size minus 1. Here nums.length minus 1. Now traverse from the, we have the last element, so we need to traverse from second last element. Nums.length minus 2. I is greater than 0, I minus minus. So the condition is when, if my element, that is the current element, is greater than if the current element is smaller than the previous one, this means this is the start point. Else we need to update the element by num set I. Here if we have the element like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and then there is 11, so we have the previous element, that is 6. If this is smaller than the current value, here current value is we have the element like 10, 9, 8, 7, then 11. the element we have is 10. Now we are iterating from this. Here if 9 is, if if this element if this element is smaller, here I have written the greater. So this means we need to, if 9, 10, 8, 7, the element is now here. If this element is smaller, like if there is 11 and element is here, if this element is smaller than 11, this means this 11 is the start point. And in this condition, for finding the end, if we are finding the end like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there is 2. Now if we are at this element, we have the previous element as 3. If the previous element is greater, so this element shows the previous element, so this condition should be greater if this element is greater. Like if we are at 7, if the previous element is 7 and we are at 2, the previous element is greater, this means I am the end point. This condition, we need to change this condition. If this, that is previous element, is greater than num set I, this means I am the end point. If this element is smaller than num set I, this means I am the starting point. After that we need to return end minus start plus 1. Now this is the code. Let's run this. This will give us the length. So it is accepting. Let's submit this. So all the test cases are also passed. Hope you understand the concept. We will see you in the next video.